Anyway, so I'm recently I'm wondering how to greet in the beginning of each episode. I'm sorry for my bad manner, or I'm sorry for my clumsy manner of speaking English language. Anyway, so hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. Anyway, so recently, so I have come up with. So I have not come up with how to greet in each episode anyways, but actually, so recently I'm wondering, I have consecutively greeted in the beginning of each episode, saying hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version, or but actually in some episodes I used another language or other languages different from English language. But and that is because those episodes using other languages different from English language are related to some countries different from English speaking nations. Anyway, so I'm sorry for my bad manner or clumsy manner of speaking English language. Anyway, so that is because I'm a non-native speaker of English language, and so I'm going to go to the title of this episode. This is really abrupt manner of proceeding this episode. But actually, so this is in this episode. I was thinking of I was going to. Anyway, so in this episode, I'm going to talk about for beginners how to do hand job. So and so anyway, so the gist or the main track of this episode is that I have created an article, and whose link is pasted on, or whose link is written on the description column of this episode. So if you go to the description column of this episode, you can check out some composition or some writing which says or which writes. The following is a medium version of this podcast episode, and the title is For Beginners and how to do hand job. I don't know how to call this type of parenthesis, but actually, so if you don't know the meaning of parenthesis, some people call those marks brackets can be easier term for designating or for meaning these marks. Anyway, so there are parentheses, or there are parentheses with right angles. Anyways, and in which there are two words saying for beginners, and afterwards come how to do hand job, which is the title of this episode, and the article, which is the title of the article I created this time. So I'm thinking of talking about, or I'm thinking of introducing the article I have created recently. So I'm recording this episode. I'm creating this episode in the beginning of July in 2022. On which the pandemic of COVID-19 has been prolonged. But actually, so people understand that, or people consider the pandemic already ended, or the pandemic is already over, which is the understanding of the general public. Maybe the general public, which is the plural term, which I think is suitable term to use. So anyway, the general publics of the developed countries have found the pandemic of COVID-19 already ended, which is a general, or anyway, the pandemic is over, which is the general understanding of people almost all over the world. Not only people in developed countries, but actually people living in developing countries, or people living in undeveloped countries have found the pandemic over. Have found the pandemic has already been over. But actually, so North Korean people might have been worried about their infections because maybe according to what is broadcast, so or according to the news, the pandemic has started in North Korea on this year or in this year maybe anyway. So what is written in the writing, or what is written in the article I created this time is that so let me speak out some parts of this article, or of this written content. Anyway, so this time this article writes about how to perform hand jobs for men in the penises. At first, make sure that this article is written for the following people, and refer to target readers. And target readers are women who have never experienced doing hand job, and women who have experienced hand job but are not good at hand job, and men who are going to be done hand job but by women who have little experience or none in hand job. Anyway, so such a thing is written. The article I have recently created. Anyway, so so there's nothing else I have to talk about in this episode. So and so before actually ending this episode, let me tell you how I created this article. So maybe months before, or anyway. So before the creation of this article, writing about hand job, I have created another article different from this one, and that another article was written about how to do blowjob. Well, I have already created an article writing about how to do blowjob, or how to suck penises and make those men feel comfortable, which is what I wrote before. And this time what I created was a hand job version, but actually what is written is really similar to what I wrote in how to do blowjob. Anyway, so which is the title of another written article, different from the one I'm introducing in this episode. Anyway, so what else should I say? There's nothing else. I think there's nothing else I should say. I should talk about. Anyway, so which is why, so not the template, but actually, so how's that article, how the article I'm introducing now is written is really close to, or really similar to that used in how to do blowjob, which is the title of another article. And I'm sorry for the blaring siren. Anyway, so this is a siren of maybe an ambulance. Maybe the ambulance is passing away from here. So maybe I think that is maybe that can be a fire engine. But actually, so at first I thought that the siren of an ambulance. But actually, maybe watching the thing, that can be the siren of one fire engine, or fire car, fire truck might be another word meaning fire engine. Anyway, so which is the situation of this episode. So what I was talking about is how those two articles are written are really similar, or that is because I use the format, or I use the article writing about how to do blowjob to write the article about how to do hand job, which is why those two articles have similar or almost the same formats. Anyway, which is how I created the article how to do hand job, which is what I'm recording, which is what I'm introducing this time. Anyway, so before actually ending this episode, I should tell you the title of this episode. The title is For Beginners How to Do Hand Job, and to access or to read the article from this episode, so please please access the description column of this episode, so that you can find out the link you have to access to reach the actual written content I have introduced in this episode. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you. By the way, I forgot to tell you this, but actually, so if you'd like to understand the written content audibly, so you can check out, or anyway you can check out the written article I'm introducing in this episode, and so that you can find out how to read. You can find out the button you have to click to read aloud, or to have that article read aloud, because Medium has such a function. So maybe Medium created such a function recently. So which is why if you can audio, or you can listen to what is written in the article. So to play what is written. So please find out the button. Please find out the button to press to listen to, or to hear what is written in the article I have created this time, whose title is, of course, For Beginners, How to Do Handjob.